Today is Sunday, July 6, 2025, and the Robinhood 24/5 market is actually open. And so far, it seems like it's going to be down to start this week. And if we take a look at the NASDAQ, it also looks like the overnight market is down 0.37%. So far, it does seem like this week is going to be kind of chill, after this heated run that the market's been in, and some specific stocks like Robinhood definitely have been on a tear lately. And Robinhood being my number one position, of course, that carried my account this week up 10% or almost $20,000. And I believe I also hit 225 this week. Like I briefly on the second hit 225K. So I don't know if I want to count that as a milestone, because at this point, the next real milestone, I guess you could call it, would be 500K. And then after that, of course, it'll be a milli. For the month, it was up 30%, 33%. But of course, right now it's just 29%. Past 3 months, I'm up almost 145%. Year to date, of course, 75%. 1 year is 185. And then all time is 333. If you take a look at some of my options positions that I had open, I don't know if I covered this in the last video, but I did go ahead and sell some more covered calls on Robinhood, and they are actually already in the profit by about 50%. But unfortunately, I did not have a chance to close out those trades for profit. I want to say it was before the holiday. We had like a short day, and I just wasn't able to get to my account in time. But it is what it is. I mean, if Robinhood somehow gets to $115 per share this week, I mean, that's a bit excessive. But yeah, it looks like I'm already going to be pocketing about $100, I want to say, on those two covered calls. The Nike cover, or the cash secured put, is now officially out of the money, because I want to say Nike is at like 76 right now. And of course, I still have my two Palantir covered calls. Depending on how this year shakes out, of course, I mean, if Palantir just completely folds this year and my covered calls end up being in profit this year and basically worthless, then obviously I'll just go ahead and cash out. But if Palantir is still hovering at like 130-ish, somewhere around there, I'll probably end up rolling it out into next year. Because I think next year we'll definitely see some sort of a correction, especially in specific stocks. Because if you guys have been paying attention, you'll know that there are some sectors that have been beaten down super bad, and then we have other sectors that have been on a tear. Of course, Palantir is one of the best performing stocks within the last few years, while stocks like Nike have been some of the worst performing. But I did also go ahead and deposit some crypto for that Robinhood bonus. And I didn't really deposit it for the bonus, because Robinhood has always had promotions going for a while now. But I do have a couple Solanas that I bought during the FTX crash when Solana went all the way down to like $12, I want to say. So my entire Solana position is basically free, because my average cost was like $12, and I also took some profit, unfortunately. But the reason why I decided to deposit some of my Solana, well, actually, this is most of my Solana. I barely have crypto, to be honest with you guys. My crypto play is basically Robinhood. So I don't have Bitcoin. I probably have some, like a couple dollars in Ethereum in some wallet somewhere. But I honestly couldn't tell you guys, because I just don't keep up with crypto that much. I just let Robinhood handle all that. But I did go ahead and deposit some Solana for the staking. If you guys haven't heard, Robinhood finally has staking for Solana and Ethereum. So I did go ahead and deposit my 3 SOL. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we last left off at that Robinhood covered call all the way at the bottom, the 7-Eleven one. But I did, of course, get my 2% crypto deposit match. I also did sell a few more Robinhood covered calls that you guys already saw, and I'm already up like $100 from that. I did also get my Pepsi dividend. I bought a lot more VF Corp. Well, not a lot, but it's a lot for the original position that I had. I only had 100 shares, and this added another 100 shares on top of that. I did also get a Nike dividend. a very small Royal Caribbean dividend. And of course, my event contracts expired worthless because I never have any luck with these. The only reason why I even participate in these is to just test out the functionality, see what new stuff Robinhood is coming out with. And I only bet like 15 cents for one contract. So it really isn't anything. But I just think it's funny that every time I do these event contracts, I just never have any luck. And then, of course, I have two more very small dividends coming for QQQ and American Express. And if we take a look at my top 10 positions, number 1 is still Robinhood by a very wide margin. Number 2 is still Nike, of course, and it's up even more after that recent earnings report. Number 3 is still Palantir. 4, Pepsi. 5 is REPX. Then, of course, we have SoFi, Honest, PayPal, American Express, and then Burberry. And just based off of all the stocks that I have currently as my top 10, if I had to deposit more money and buy more of a specific stock, it would actually probably be Honest. Because currently, I believe Honest is $5 a share. And like I said, my price target is still $10 a share. And I was originally going to save this for like a future video, but I do think that it would be interesting if Honest started getting into the food sector. And a specific company that I have in mind is Simply Gum. And if any of you guys haven't been in these stores like Target that have those Simply Gums up by the front registers, they don't just sell gum. They also have like Rice Krispies, like candies and whatnot. And it's like healthier options. But I do think it would be interesting if Honest started getting into like the healthy food space. And who knows, if they actually do end up buying Simply Gum, maybe they could change their name to Simply Honest. Just make sure you pay me my royalties, of course.